Well, you just responded to a subpoena by Criminal Code A. How did the process go?
It went kind of.
What do you mean by calm?
I'm a respecter of the law, even though I didn't know that I was subpoenaed. And I was informed that the subpoena was taken to my office by around 5 p.m. As you know, the government is transitioning, and so I do not frequent to the office like before. We're trying to cut down on activities. So I was at my party headquarters, that's where I work. And I was informed that the defense counsel had subpoenaed me to be here. As you can be aware, the first time the subpoena and the court did not grant it, I think they said they went to the Supreme Court, they went to the Justice Chambers, and she saw reason that I should be subpoenaed. So in and called them disrespecting the court or the lay at this made my way for answer to the court subpoena. Well, basically, I was on the subpoena when I was asked about my relationship with Trayvon and Mohammed Keita and Vali Teller. Mohammed Keita is a person I do not know. I don't recall previously. I was not even asked about Mohammed Keita. It was about my relationship with Vali Teller, who the floor is administrative. Vali worked for the employee of the Mohammed Civil Government. And about my interaction with the police. It was clear that I voluntarily went to the police, presented my statement, and I received a police clearance. So I was being interrogated. That was my interaction with the court today.
One question that was very clear, I don't know how you clear. One was official, according to you, what was official, but according to the investigation once then it's not.
Welcome, folks. Welcome to Talk TV Media, Thursday edition of Open Mic Discussions. Welcome to the show. Welcome. My name is Sam Gadu. Here at Talk TV Media in Green Country, Oklahoma, wherever you are joining us from, whether you are in Liberia, you're in Europe, you're here in America, welcome to the show. This is our Thursday edition of Open Mic Discussions. As you can see, the big headline right on the screen is something I would love to start this discussion with today. A lot of trending events to talk about. Of course, most of you who are worried or thinking or listening to so much propaganda, from the media, Joseph Numa Boakai is alive and well. Let me just say that, period. But before I get into that, I just want to tell you guys that Eunice, welcome to the show. A lot of you guys, wherever you are, this is just a 1-hour show broadcast today, where I will be debunking some of the issues, especially most of our colleagues who are in the media business are disseminating around cheap propaganda, maybe to get likes or attention, or maybe for reasons best known to themselves. But when you are in this media business, you need to be serious about what you're doing. You don't want people following you because you got followers. That is what makes you important, because you have 100,000, 200,000, or 400,000 followers. What makes you important is your analysis and your independent analysis. How you present truth, right? Truth, not lies, not something that's cheap. Not you sitting behind the mic wishing and insinuating stuff to making sure that Joseph Numa Boakai is sick, he's dead, he's not coming back to Liberia, blah, blah, blah. Jeremiah Kuhn is going to be in charge of the government. I'm not even here to give any of them credence, because I won't even call them by name. They know themselves, you know? So it's cheap. Don't do it. You know yourselves, guys. You are in this business. If you have other motive for being in this business other than presenting truth, right? Other than presenting reality, then you're in the wrong business. You ought to be out. Most of our media friends, especially one that for the past 1 week has been propagating the message that Joseph Numa Boakai is in hiding in America since he came, that Joseph Numa Boakai is seriously sick, and some on his own platform, they use their platform that Joseph Numa Boakai is dead, and that they are working on transitioning, and they don't want the people to know. That is preposterous. That is insane. That is disgraceful, not just for your integrity, but for your institution, right? That's it. You don't want to do that. Because when you do that, you are trying to taint all of us who present truth, who speak truth to power, as all corrupt and not being factual. Because why? There's a saying that says, when you have a rotten apple or a rotten orange in a sack or in a bag of good oranges, chances are that one rotten orange will make the rest of the oranges stink, right? Even if you let it there for a long time, it will stink. It will make the other oranges rotten. That is what those media entities are doing. If you don't love Joseph Numa Boakai, just present the truth. He is now, whether you like it or not, he is now the president-elect, one in a couple of weeks to assume the presidency. I'm a young man. I go through 1 to 2 checkups a year just to make sure I'm healthy and well. How much more a 79-year-old man? A 79-year-old man. A lot of you who want Joseph Numa Boakai dead will not even live to see 60. A lot of you who want Joseph Numa Boakai dead, a lot of you will not even see 65 or 70. Joseph Numa Boakai is able to see 79, and he's walking and doing well and making sound decisions. And all you want to say is to denigrate that state man. All you want to do is to see him dead. The cheap propaganda that you carry around. I'm not here to come and speak for him, but I'm here to speak truth to power, because as a media entity, when we see and listen to our friends on the other side who are not in favor of speaking the truth, we have to step in some way, somehow. We cannot remain silent or quiet about it, because it will tarnish, it will spill over, it will tarnish all of us' reputation. That's how you are. Don't do that. You haven't even reached 50. You're in your 30s and 40s, and here you are sitting down. You want to denigrate the character of a statesman, the next president of Liberia, who is 79 years old, live and kicking well. Huh? Are you fully aware, or are you informed that Joe Biden, has a pacemaker, and he runs the world? I cannot even say runs America. He runs the world. It is having a pacemaker on you is not a death warrant. In fact, people, it's normal here in America. Very much normal. People who have pacemakers tend to live for 20, sometimes 30 years. It's medically proven. But you're going to go sit there and say, Joseph Newman Boakai is dead. Joseph Newman Boakai, they're hiding him. He's so sick that he cannot come out to the public. But guess what? Go to Rhode Island this weekend. He will be out where he'll be meeting with the public. He's wrapping up. What do you expect? The election that was just held in Liberia was a very, very hard, contentious elections. How soon could you forget that a 78, 79-year-old man was on every road, swamp, town, villages campaigning? And you're going to tell me that he doesn't need time to rest? Nonsense. You, the young man, you who work here in America, when you go work for 8 hours, 9 hours, you want to take a day or two to rest. But Joseph Newman Boakai, who ran all over the country, wherever George Weah went, campaigning, Joseph Boakai went on bad roads, swamps, everywhere. He did it. You saw it. The pictures are there. The videos are there. And they all make him to rest. Rest his mind well. Go through his normal medical routine checkup, which is normal for every human being. Except you're not a human being. Maybe you drop from the skies here that you don't do your yearly medical checkup. But once you are in 70s and up, you don't even have to be 70s. It's just necessary for every person who has that access to do that. Because you could have cancer creeping into your system or body, and it will catch on. Right? That's why most people have breast cancer, prostate cancer, and all of that stuff, because they don't do checkup. Especially African men. African men don't like to go to checkup, to hospital. And that is why when the illness is so chronic, they die instantly overnight. They say they killed me. Not knowing you kill yourself over time by not being proactive and doing yourself due diligence by taking care of yourself, your body. Joseph Newman Boakai is not stupid. He's not going to listen to all that nonsense. You're supposed to know him by now. He is resting. He came the first week Joseph Newman Boakai came. He went through all his medical checkup. And everything came out successful. Fine. The old man needs to rest. He got 6 years coming. And some of y'all will not even stand it. The kind of firepower he's bringing. Some of y'all will not stand it. When he's ready to weed the corrupt individuals in society and clean those institutions. Some of y'all. So he needs that time. He needs that time to rest. Don't listen to all those propagandists, cheap media colleagues, propagandists. They're there in Liberia, they're here in America, and because they have access to a platform or sit behind the mic, that they can just sit there and say whatever they want to say. Nonsense, completely nonsensical. Do something tangible. Do something authentic so that people will follow you authentically. Because you know that Americans like all kinds of deceit. Americans like lies. Not Americans, Liberians. Right? Liberians don't like anything true. So when you have the propaganda and you spewing the lies, they follow you. Oh, you see the likes and the comments and you think that's good. No. Character. Your character and the character of your entity matters. Trust. People don't trust you. Most people follow you because of the fallacies and the nonsense that you're talking to amuse themselves, because you don't know. Media institutions, chill out. Is it because you don't have close access or close proximity to Joseph Numa Boakai? So you have to sit on the fence or on the other side? We know that those propagandists is a war machine coming from the same Cummins group. That's why. It's a Cummins war machine. Now they're using your platform, right? And you buy into it. The Musa Belete team is all part of it. You buy into it to destroy Joseph Numa Boakai, an honorable, a man with impeccable character. That's what you want to do. Stop it. That's all I get to say. That's all I got to say about that. Folks, open my discussions. Welcome to the show, all of you that are watching. My name is Sam Gadu here today. It's just an hour show. I just felt like I needed to put some people in their place today, especially our own colleagues, media colleagues. If Joseph Boakai team put a picture online, it's propaganda, it's all picture, it's ever since picture. When they do this, not everything. You got to say something negative about it. And you think that's what's going to, and the kind of words and statements and comments that are coming out of your mouth, history will judge you. Do you feel shame when you see Joseph Numa Boakai going back to Liberia next week? What else are you going to say now? Because he leaves next week to go back. I'm here to say the truth to you guys, because some of us have close proximity to him. We don't say much. And a lot of you who know Joseph Numa Boakai, he's not a man who just talk for talking's sake. He doesn't say much, but when he speaks, he means what he said. So you want to use your media entity to get attention. Away with that. Away with that, folks. Can't do that. You know yourselves. And that's the main reason why I cannot call your name here. And if you give me the chance, maybe the second episode, I will call your name. And go underground, how it all began for you. Because we all in America here, we know. You don't know the system. You don't know America more than some of us. You don't. Leave Joseph Boakai alone. All you get to say is negative talk. All you get to say is lies, cheap propaganda. Leave Joseph Numa Boakai alone. He's going to run the country. If your wish is that he should die, then you haven't learned. You haven't learned. When campaign was opening last year, they had Joseph Numa Boakai casket on his head. People, do you know how many of those people have died? Joseph Numa Boakai is still kicking, bouncing, healthy. Do you know? Why can't Liberians learn? Why haven't you learned? Don't bring cussing on yourself, because when you're treating an elderly person, you need to have in your head or in your mind that could be your father, that could be your mother. That's it. So when you're talking, not because that person is a political icon or is in the limelight, yes, you can't hold him accountable. He's a public figure, we'll get it. But show some sort of respect, not disrespect. I'm talking to some media institutions that have been in the habit for the past 1 week of cheap propaganda to draw attention to themselves about Joseph Numa Boakai. If you haven't learned anything, so many you can learn from. Go talk to Henry Pedro Costa. He's no more to be seen around. Why? Because when you speak against God's anointed or God's appointed, that's what happens to you. Go talk to all the people that came to try to use Joseph Numa Boakai's character to their own self-aggrandizement, to their own popularity, and stuff and try to starve him in the back at the same time. Why will you not know what had happened then? I don't like to see anybody dead. But when you tore a casket or someone's casket, you know what that means? You're wishing someone's death. Who are you? Are you God? You have the key to life? That's why the young people are dying more than the old people now. The young people that are supposed to bury the old people burying the young people. Why? Because you fail to recognize how culture is supposed to function. What our culture is supposed to look like. When will Liberians learn? When are we going to transcend or go beyond this mindset to have a civil society, a society that has respect for all, a society that has respect for females, for our women? My culture growing up, when I'm sitting, and a female walks in here, I get up and they sit. This culture, this society, not so much. This culture, respect for females, respect for the woman, and women and men alike standing in a culture where another woman has been disgraced and naked and everything disgraced you think about. And all they have is a cell phone in their hand and walking, and nobody can intervene. What kind of culture is that? What kind of society is that? Is that the society that you want us to raise our children into? We understand how we'll deal with it. Joseph Numa Boakai understands. He has a full understanding of what's to come, what the challenges are, what he's about to face. And believe me, Joseph Numa Boakai is not the president for just people of Foya or Lofa. Mark my word. He's going to be the president for Liberia. And he's going to run as such. He's going to run. Nowadays, for 176 years, Lofa County has fed the country with food, agriculture, everything you think of. Now, Lofa is at the helm of the power. Great. It is this time, prosperity will reign. Maybe after 6 years from now, the rest of the country will say, let's give Lofa another chance, because they are moving the country in the right trajectory, in the right direction. That's it. That's it. Anyway, so as you heard at my opening, one of our own brothers, city mayor Jefferson Tembakoji, was subpoenaed just a day ago, with regards to Gloria Mususka case that is ongoing. A lot is happening in that case that is so unfair. A lot is happening in that case that should not be happening, folks. Especially knowing the decision the judge has been taking. The case is taking a different dynamics. The case is taking a different turn, especially with the second pathologist finding that the DNA was found. Another DNA was found there that represents a male DNA. And he pointed directly which finger. This is a case where 4 people are sitting behind bars as we speak, accused with the same crime, evenly, that they all committed murder. That has never happened in the history of our nation. Some of us are not here to judge, but we know from the onset, as media, we can render, you are not guilty until you are proven guilty. We can't go before the law or ahead of the law. But a lot of us know what's under this. Why is it that the court will have to subpoena Jefferson Koji and Violet Taylor to come to appear based on the court records, based on their phone records and stuff? They were positioned right within the vicinity, and the previous statements that they recorded that they gave to police None of them were around. None of them were around when the incident took place. Then how come Violet Teller's number and communication was found within that vicinity, along with the newly appointed security that was just brought unknowingly to the Scott's family? And then that police, that officer from that team that was on shift that night testified initially. Violet Tiller body was produced as directed by the court, his living body, and they asked him, this number, are you aware? Do you know this number? Do you have any knowledge of this number? He said yes. But it's not his number, it is his wife's number. Amen. Is it because when you look at the entire scene, where people said from the onset that this case, Jefferson Koji and Violet Tiller has some sort of involvement into this case, and they deny absolutely their statements, their written statements. Now it's coming. How then was your number or your wife's number closer in the vicinity, communicating with the security? And so the funny thing is, his number, that number is registered in his name. But then he said the number is his wife's. You see, he's trying to throw his wife under the bus. Granted, if the number is his wife's number, the opposition, the defendant, said to the court, okay, if the number is his wife's number, Judge, we want you to subpoena his wife to appear and tell us what was she doing, communicating with the security that was on the compound on site that night, having these discussions. And the judge refused. Not only that, the defendant went further and said the very security that was on shift that night, that testified earlier, previously, he should be brought in so he can explain to the court as to what was he doing at the same time talking to Violet Tiller's wife's number or Violet Tiller himself, because he said, now when you go look at a number, a lot of us that register our numbers with Cellcom or Lone Star, your profile is attached to your number, right? They'll take your picture and all your profile and everything, and then they assign you the number. The profile is Violet Tiller's. But he's saying it's his wife's phone. Something missing. Connect the dots for yourselves. The truth will come out in this. Because those people, innocent people, if they are innocent, someone raised their daughter from childhood, sent that child to school, fed her, took care of her, time for her to graduate, then that person will have the guts to kill their child. Who does that? This is a national figure, someone who has served the country with distinct honor. Gloria Mususka. What in the world would she do that? What in the world? A lot will come out of this. And I think a lot will come out when George Manawia turned over power to the Joseph Nima Boakai, to the new administration. Because these guys, some of them are masquerading around town. They feel like they got wings. They still got wings. But they don't know that the wings have already has already been broken. They don't know that. Those wings have been broken. It's just a matter of time before maybe they can come, because some of them, all these sanctions that come into them, they're in denial, in complete denial. The only time they will come to grip with these sanctions is when they are being investigated and prosecuted and going to jail, and assets being confiscated, sold, and replenish that money back into the coffers of the country to help the country. That is the only time. Because for the first 1 year, some of them got money under their pillows. Some of them got money in their houses, the cash, right? But the ones in banks and other places, once sanctions are on it, U.S. has issued all those assets frozen. They're going to freeze them. You can't have access. You can't access your accounts. That will take place. The one in your hand we gave you 1 year will finish. Some of y'all be standing on the side of the road, stopping taxi. At the time, y'all will come to your senses. Yeah. That's it. Reality. That when you are appointed in government, your sole duty is to serve the nation. You should take it as an opportunity to serve your country as a good citizen. Not to steal, not to squander at the detriment of the people. Right? No, you cannot do that. No sound person does that. To enrich yourself. That clique, that class around you, your immediate family. Oh, I love these sanctions the way they are coming. It's not just those individuals who were engaged in the corrupt activities, but their wives and their children. Yes, that's how they should be. Why? Simply because the beneficiaries to all these monies they are stealing are their wives and their children and their girlfriends. They are the ones enjoying it. So Uncle Sam followed the trail. There's a saying that says, follow the money. You follow the money, you know where it's moving. Follow the trail. Wherever some money was transferred and wherever account or this and that, close it down, shut it down. Let those people, children, go back to Liberia and live. So at least they can experience a little bit of hardship. All the good, beautiful Liberia. Because if Liberia was so good and they failed to develop Liberia, they failed to expand Liberia. They failed to bring opportunities for other Liberians, for Liberians to enjoy, to have job employment and become self-sufficient. Then bring your families in that society. Don't take them out of the country to live there. Hey, man, the countrymen let us down. Our own countrymen. That's what I would say. Our own countrymen let us down. When they give it to the Congo man, they say the Congo people been running the country. The Congo people been running the country. The Congo people don't know. They've been stealing. The Congo people this. Now the people say, we're giving it to one of our own country brother, our own countryman. And that countryman became the worst of the worst. That countryman became the worst. Frustrated us. That's what happens. Our own country brother. What can we say? We said, yeah, I'm a country boy. You say you grew up from the slums of Gibraltar. Yeah, if you grew up from there, you will develop that and you will know you'll go far and beyond what the opportunity you have for 6 years to do. 6 years, folks, it's a lot of time to be a president of a nation. Let me tell you, it's a lot of time. Long time. In America here, it's just 4 years. 4 years. And the people do so much. Why? Because they have system in place. They have systems in place that work. People hold people accountable. Their system holds them accountable. Right? 6 years. 6 years to the presidency. And 9 years as a lawmaker. And you can develop your own county, your own district, your own village, nothing. You go in your own village, nothing that you can say, you can point to say, this is mine. You want to use the bathroom, say you do it the same way your forefathers did it. You go in the bush. Nothing civilized. We live in a different world now. This is a 21st century world we live in. How are you going to come from America, or you work your way up to the helm of power? You become a minister of an entity, and you cannot do anything in that poor village where your parents born you, where they raised you. You know, some of y'all know the pump touches, the bathroom they can do with the pump touches. They just go cover it, they face it all around where you go inside the table. Some of them, they still go in their villages. That's what they use. Our own ministers. They call country ball. Country ball was in power. Country ball, they gave you the power, the key to the country. He turned everything upside down. You're going to come by? Say 2029 will come by. Come back for yourself. We'll see. The way Joseph Numa Boakai are going to clean this country and put this country back on the right path. Liberians are becoming very, very smart and aware of the direction in which the world is moving technologically, right? Liberians are becoming very much aware. They're not just going to go to the ballot box. You think you can fool them with a bag of rice. If you could fool the people, Liberians with a bag of rice, oh man, George Weah would have been there for the second term by now. How much money they never had to give out? How many millions they never had to give out? So much money. Rice, red beret, what kind of beret, t-shirt, muya muya, muya muya, muya muya. Young people all masquerading all out in the streets. You know, someone finished high school and college. The only job they have is to ride a motorcycle to earn a living. That's preposterous. That's the only future a country brother, a countryman can give to his own country brother for 6 years. Go ride a motorcycle for yourself. You get a degree. That degree is nothing. You put the paper all hanging, or you go put it in a whatever it is, you know, in your bag, suitcase. Then you go what else? Selling DK, selling soap, selling water, riding motorcycle, and you get family to take care of. The mindset has to change. Our way of looking at the future has to change. Ask yourself, we are about to enter a new year. How do you see yourself 1 year, 2 years from now? Where do you want your life to go? That is all the people of Liberia are trying to do. The government, you don't have to do it all. Create the necessary moral opportunities for the people. Liberians are not lazy people. They will do it for themselves. Create good roads, clean drinking water, good health care. That's it. The opportunities will come. A lot of them will leave those motorcycles. The only thing they will be using those motorcycles for is to go do their job, but not running around town helter-skelter all day to earn a living with a motorcycle, folks. We have to look beyond what can be, what is possible. And that is why the administration of Joseph Numa Boakai is geared towards. We will sit here to sift them. We will sit here to hold them accountable, not in a negative way, as in some other networks are doing, because they want Joseph Numa Boakai die today. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want Joseph Numa Boakai to die today, so Jeremiah Coon can take over. So Jeremiah Coon take over. What's the big deal with that, though? The thing is, even if Jeremiah Coon takes over, it's good because the Liberian people were tired with George Weah. And I actually think if Coon takes over, he's still going to be a better president than George Weah. Every officials of government for George Weah is being sanctioned by the international community. That's a problem for our nation. You can't have this kind of people representing the nation or going out there and say they're going to go do something for the nation. No. How are you going to go bring investors or lobby for your people when you cannot go out of the country? You will get arrested. When crimes and other things are sitting down over your head, Liberians, we must learn. America is telling us to put leaders in power who have clean record, good moral quality, that will be able to represent the nation. They're not representing themselves, but the nation. Represent us out there. Leaders with impeccable character. That's what we need. And we must learn that. We must learn that, folks. I always say on this platform, you do not elect poor people. You don't put poor people in government. Poor people do not run government because someone who has never seen $5,000 US the rest of their life, then here they are controlling $20,000, $50,000. You are driving them insane. You are driving them to the grave to kill them. Someone is building, constructing a grave, his mother's grave, with electricity or inside with air conditioning in the grave. Are you kidding me? Do we have common sense? The person died. I don't care if it is my mother or my father, any other relative. I don't care. Even if it is my child or my wife or whatever. Can anybody see electricity in a grave? Can anybody say a too hot inside here need air conditioning? Only Liberian leaders do that. You put electricity and air conditioning in the grave. Body can talk, body can see. Yeah, maybe your imagination. I'm not here to disdain or disgrace the dead. All of us have respect for the dead. But it's waste of money. Money that could have changed people's lives for the better. That's not how you respect the dead. I don't care. My mother always say, if I drink coffee in the morning, I should send her owner money to drink coffee the same way. If I eat good pepper soup, I should send her owner money so she can eat good pepper soup. That the day she dies, I should not go killing 10 cows and having a feast on her body. She's right. It's wisdom. It's common sense. Give those who are alive their flowers while they are alive. When someone dies, you go put lights and air conditioning in the grave. Like a house, while you have all kinds of homeless people around you, begging you every time. Yeah. That's it. Folks, that's it. My man campaign time finished. What did man say? Why Emmanuel saying order? Let me bring on the show. But I thought campaign finished ever since. Why people are still taking our health condition as their problem or worry? Yeah, tell me about it. Campaign over, but they're not happy. They're not happy. It's the same ANC people using some of these media platforms, the ability group, whatsoever you call them, insinuating lies, cheap propaganda. I don't know, they're doing that to get attention, to their networks or whatever. But what I'm here to say is we all are in this business to tell the truth, not to bring people down, not to destroy good characters. Your one days made there a long time, and plenty of people not die. The same people that told Hekelski not die. Some of us, some of you, some of them will not even live to see 60 or 50 years old. Somebody not reach 79. A lot of them will be wishing to be 79 or 80. Just say Numa Boga not coming down. Just say Numa Boga will live to see 90. And some of y'all, this generation, the way y'all looking at things, the way y'all treat old people and don't have respect for older people, y'all will die early. Y'all will go ahead. Instead of you guys burying your people, your old people will bury you, which is sad, very much sad to see. That's it. But we have to keep fighting the evil the evil that is rising up. Because some people attention or agenda is not to see peace in Liberia, not to see stability in Liberia. And so we have to continue to fight that. Because why? Truth will prevail at the end of the day. Security will prevail at the end of the day. Violence will cease at the end of the day. That's what will stop. It will stop. Liberia will be peaceful. We tell our children about normal days. They don't know what they call normal days. This time around, they will know what they call normal days. A lot of these kids that are born and causing so much chaos in Monrovia, in Liberia, with kush in their hair and no proper training or whatsoever, drugs infested community, whatever you call it, you know, it's what's causing all of this. We will go through all of this line by line. How can we salvage? How can we help Mama Liberia? How can we help the young people? Because these are the future leaders of tomorrow, of Liberia. If we don't clean them now, if we don't get them out of their quagmire, if we don't get them out of their pain and struggles of life and give them a better life and help transform them, their mindset and the society that it lives in, we'll not have a better Liberia. With all the challenges, everything. So those of you who think that Joseph Nima Boakai is going to perform magic overnight, or like he's God, think again. Think again. No, it's not. He has a lot of work to do. A lot of work to be done. And that work is not only on Joseph Nima Boakai's shoulder, it is on every Liberian shoulder. Right? Because drip, drip in the bucket, make it fold. Drip, drip in the bucket, makes it fold. That's it. So it is not Joseph Nima Boakai's responsibility alone to change Liberia. It is all of us. Some of you that have nonprofit organizations, you can go in and help because the society is messed up. You can't do that. You can do that. You can use your nonprofit organizations to help change, to help contribute. You don't have to be a president. You don't have to be a minister. But if you are able and capable as a young person, as a young female, you know, talking on the side of justice, get involved. Everyone do something. At the end of the day, we all make Liberia a better place for all of us. A better place for all of us. We got to get rid of anger and hate. The hatred is so much. The country is divided. And so, our religious community, you have your part to play. You have your role to play. A lot of you were involved campaigning as a minister, as a pastor, as an imam that's supposed to be playing a neutral role in your church or your mosque. You took sides during the war. Now, you have to repent and try to bring the country and the congregations together. As a minister, as a pastor, religious person, you need to be independent because in your congregations, there are seditionists, there are UPIs, there are other people of different, you know, alignments. So you as a minister supposed to stay in the middle. Nonetheless, you took sides. Some of you guys who already getting report, your churches are falling apart. Most of your members are leaving just because of the side that you took. Somebody said like that grave and golden casket need to be destroyed. Burst open and take the cups, Pandora box out and be exposed. Oh, Nima. I didn't call names, but I'm glad that most of you know what I was talking about. Yeah. A golden casket with air conditioning inside, with lights inside, as though the day body when you get hot, you say you turn the air conditioner on. Or it too dark, the day body say you turn the lights on. Day body can't see. But let me go back. I'm already done with that topic. Davis, are you the one who took me back there? It was necessary. Folks, we are a people. We can do better. We are behind, but we're not really that far behind. Liberia is behind, but we are really not that far behind. Liberia has a lot of potential. Still a lot of potential to come. A lot can be done, right? Still, we need to focus. We need to keep our eyes on the ball. We have to carry those opportunities to our people. And our people need to understand that when those in the diaspora are coming, the small mindset you all have is the people in the diaspora are coming to take your jobs. Get rid of that mindset. Most people in the diaspora want to come to create businesses, to create jobs. And when we create those businesses and jobs, that's employment opportunities for you. Then you have this common mindset, cheap mindset, one way of looking at things. The people in America, in the diaspora, are coming to take our jobs. Who will leave from here and want to come over there to get a job, really? Only a few people that have that. Some of us don't have interest to work in government. We just want a good business environment and we thrive in it. That's it. We just want a secure environment. You cannot do business in an environment that is insecure. Nobody want to go put millions of dollars somewhere knowing that it can vanish overnight and nothing will come out of it. Joseph Numa Boakai understand that. That's why he's going to be very hard. He's going to clamp down on law of violations and stuff. The judiciary, all of that. Our lawmakers, incoming lawmakers, should be cognizant of that. They should be aware of that. Fully aware. Those cartels, those brown envelopes, just this. We're going to call it. We see a brown envelope, we'll call it. We'll call you to book. Whoever you are, we'll call you to book with your brown envelopes, with your cartels. We'll call you to book. We'll hold you accountable. Because this time it's not one person. It's not just your interest. It is the interest of Mama Liberia. This time it is the interest of the nation that matters. JFK, John F. Kennedy said, ask not what you can do, what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. He said that. Those were the days that he had to speak to his people to rise up. Those were the days that JFK had to speak to the patriots, the good citizens of America, to rise up and forget about their self-greed. Those were the days that he commissioned and pushed the people to think beyond what is possible. Today, their grandchildren are reaping the benefits of that investment, of that call to change. That ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That's it. So Joseph Numa Boakai is coming, and his hand will be up to take the oath of office. He's not dead. The Papa kicking, the Papa doing well. You will not listen to those people nonsensical lies all around. You know, some of those media institutions are circulating to gain popularity or whatsoever. Joseph Numa Boakai will be in Liberia in a week from now. The Papa ran all over in every jungle all over there running election up and down. You don't expect him to come rest. Some of y'all the young people there, y'all run 1 day, 2 days, y'all want to take 1 week off to rest. The Papa were up and down, running back and forth in every bar roll, up and down, 79-year-old. So when he come here, he can't sit down and say, let me rest. Let me rest and plan better. When I go, I know it's about the people's business. And then you use that time to spew lies and propaganda, cheap propaganda. You know yourselves, media institutions. You know yourselves. And you keep pushing some of us, we'll come back here and have a particular show on you. It will be show to show now, media to media. That's how we will handle it to y'all. Because you're here in America, we're here too. We know each other. That's what we'll do. We're not going to sit by, quiet, zipped off, and let you or destroy a good man's character, an astute statement, a noble character. All you want to say is Joseph Njomoh Boakai died. He in a hospital laying somewhere. In fact, when you see him, he turned to social bones and whatsoever. The people hiding him, so they're finding ways for Jeremiah Kun to take over. Nonsense. When you say that, you know what that means, what that says about you? You who's saying those words, there's something wrong with you up here. Something wrong up here. Yeah. It's not only that, but you're destroying your institution because of the few followings or followers you got. Complete nonsense. I'm not mad, but we will speak truth to power. And y'all better watch you know yourselves. You better watch what you say because we're monitoring y'all too now. We're here to debunk every lie. We're here to call you guys to book whatever it is. Because you want attention. Because you try to get close to Joseph Njomoh Boakai and you can't get close because of your lies. Hey, Joseph Njomoh Boakai, people that will go around him are people that have character. When we figure you out already that you're a liar, you have ulterior motive, that you're only going around him because you want to destroy him. This is something that has happened throughout this war, this going election, just in the election. When God's hand is in something, even when you plan evil, God will uncover it. He will reveal it. Every time during the election that the opposition, the ruling party went forward to doing something wrong, it was busted and revealed. Can you imagine? The ballot boxes moving this way, secretly, midnight, whatever day, God exposed it. Everywhere they try, God exposed it. Haven't you learned that God's hand is in this? Why don't you just sit down and watch if you have nothing to say? If you have no better report to give, no other information to talk about on your platform, talk about human rights. Let me give you one good topic to talk about. Talk about human rights. There's so much human rights violations taking place around the world and in Liberia. Talk about a young lady who was just disgraced a few weeks ago, who is fighting for her life right now. That's what you should be talking about. If you have nothing to say, this lady, this is what you should be talking about. The nonsense about Joseph Njomoh Boakai. Talk about this lady. This is the society that we live in. Talk about this. At least you will have a little bit of, seriousness in you. Just we are going. You're not believing yet. Just we are going. Even the ECOWAS met and it bade him farewell. You're not believing yet. Y'all think you're still in charge? Huh? All these guys got problems. Sanctions on them. All of them. Abache, Samuel Twe, Nukwe. The main hierarchy of George Manuel Weah is in trouble. The tentacles of the octopus are beginning to fall. The tentacles are falling. The wings are clipping. These guys, what else do I have to say? What else does Liberians have to say? What else can we say? Oh, yes. When you speak Samuel Twe, he will sit down and talk, dancing. Oh, Amuteka. 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 Now your one can sing God's song. Now your one can sing. Let America do their work. Let Joseph Boakai come and do his own work. Because what America is doing, America is paving the way. the way that will force Joseph Nima Boakai to audit this outgoing administration. America has paved the way, because with all that America is doing, and Joseph Nima Boakai does not comes to power and does not audit, he is in big trouble with the Liberian people. We'll talk about him here. That is how you hold your governments responsible, not to degrade or denigrate people's character. Hold them. With everything that America is doing, Koji, let me bring his picture up. Koji, there he is, right? Koji, U.S. Treasury has put a lot on him. Criminal crimes as well, right? If you come to power and you don't bring that to book within the confines of the law and set a team of lawyers, the judiciary system should handle this to investigate these crimes. America, bring the evidence. America, provide their evidence. Let Koji defend himself. Let Abache defend himself. Let Nukwe defend himself. Let Samuel Tuet defend himself. Our just elected leaders as well, senators that were indicted by the Meninsky Act. Nathaniel Miguel, let him defend himself. Serena Silvers, all those guys, let them face it. Because if we are going to have a better society, a better Liberia, we need to be cognizant, we need to realize that the law must work, that no one should be above the law. No one should be above the law. A society that is lawless, where everyone would take the law into their own hand, is not a good society. What happened to that young lady the other day, even if she was a rogue, they say, oh, that motorcycle road. That does not give those people the right to kill, to destroy, to beat someone. If you catch a thief, you take the thief to the police station. We have what we call here citizen arrest here in America, right? And every society has that called citizen arrest. Citizen arrest does not give you the right to hurt the person that you arrest. You hold that person safely until you turn that individual, that person over to the law. That is what you call citizen arrest. But Liberians are in the habit of taking the law in their own hands. And the next coming administration needs to be tough. Tougher than that. And that's why we will sit here to vet most of those nominations. A lot of those appointments will vet them. We will vet them. It is our job to vet them. It's left with Joseph Nima Boakai to listen or not to listen. Because why? People will talk about him too. People talk about Jesus Christ. People talk about Muhammad. You think that Joseph Boakai they're not going to talk about? They said prosecute him. Yeah. And sometimes your very own will betray you. The one on the inside. Some of them, and that is why Joseph Nima Boakai needs to be extremely careful, very much aware of his surroundings, because your enemy is always not on the outside. Your enemy that is about to take you down is always on the inside. That is common sense. That is wisdom in history. Look at every major, whatever, even those presidents like Thomas Sankara and other presidents that were overthrown in other countries. The enemy was always within. If the enemy is not within, there's no way information can go out to take that enemy, to take him on. The enemy is always within. And Joseph Nima Boakai needs to be aware of this, that the enemy will always be within. But at the end of the day, he's a believer. He's a man of God. He's an elder in the church. He trusts God. You take his life, at least he knows where he's going after this life. But guess what? When you're sleeping, know the enemy is within. When you at work, know the enemy is within. Even Tobo's overthrow, the enemy was within. Or else there's no way Tobo could have been overthrown if the enemy was not within. Always. Folks, my 1 hour is over. All of you guys that follow me today, follow the show. Thank you. I just felt like I needed to stop by and talk about something very, very, very important that is affecting the society, the lies that are spewing around. You know, some of us we just need to sit here to debunk all of that nonsense. You know, WIA has put a moratorium on natural rubber exploitation. You know, all of those things that he's doing. I don't even want to talk about that because all of that is just belated, late. What can he do? What can he do? When people dying in the street, he's not condemning it. Then a moratorium he want to put on rubber exploitation. Says yeah, people dying, Liberians dying under your watch. You can't say a word, nothing to condemn those acts. Nothing. Right? Then that rubber you want to put moratorium on. Ah, man. And the John transition, we saw y'all today. For the first time ever y'all met. We saw y'all. Y'all need to step up. Y'all need to step up. If people don't put pressure on y'all, y'all not stepping up. Since they appointed y'all, the joint transition, y'all need to step up because this is not business as usual. This is not going to be business as usual. Liberian men like to wait and for stuff last minute, and last minute stuff is always not done right. Then rushing, and a lot of get missing along the way. Some people have gone to work and they have changed the assets, cars that belongs to government, license plate, all of that stuff to private now. But the essence of having all of this stuff ahead of time, you know, all these investigations, all this stuff done ahead of time, it will help. It will help. When you have these meetings ahead of time, you have a consensus ahead of time, you have a strategy plan ahead of time, when you have all of these things ahead of time, right? When you're having these consistent meetings ahead of time, it helps for the transitioning. It helps. Not everybody moving in the same direction. People are thinking, some people are stealing from the government right now as we speak because they know their term is over. And you see why I say you can't put poor people or low-minded people in government? You can't. You can't put them because your time over, what you made there, it's not yours. Government property is not your property. You've been paid $5,000 a month. You're building $1 million homes, and you got no business, nothing to show how you are making money. Nothing like that. Complete nonsense. Yeah. But we'll audit you. The audit is necessary. Very much so necessary. The audit is not for you. The audit is for the benefit of Liberia. That Liberia will get back on a better trajectory. That Liberia will get back on a better footing for a better nation. That one will get this. And the old mentor, y'all say, y'all put a race car on a track so y'all see how the race car can run. Yeah. Now, y'all put the race car on a track. Y'all need to allow the race car to run. Liberians, allow the race car to run. And Joseph Boakai is the race car. Allow him to run. He will clean Liberia. He will put Liberia on a better path. That's what you ought to do, folks. That's what we ought to do as a nation, as a people. We can't keep doing same thing over and over and expect a different result. You cannot do that. You're doing the same thing over and over. You need some results that are extraordinary. You must do something different. That is just human common sense. Anything in your life, you want to see your life go in a different direction or something else, you just have to do something different. You cannot do something over and over and expect a different result. You have to do something different to expect a different result. Oh, I see my brother is calling me, but I'm tired with this. The show's over. The man calling me. The show over. The man calling me. I'm just not saying you, man. Man, Sabez, you got to come on the next show. The show is over. This is just solo. I just need to address some issues. Yeah, this one's over. I'm done with it. It's just a 1 hour show. I'm even over my timeline. Yeah, I'll call you right after. Yeah, I'll send you the link for the next show. Folks, Joseph Boakai is alive and doing well, and he's in Rhode Island this weekend. Joseph Boakai will be in Rhode Island meeting with Liberians. If y'all want to see the itinerary, y'all go on Talk TV Media Network platform. His whole itinerary there. So y'all will not get, some of y'all will not get heart attack about all the nonsense that going around. Right? Go look at the itinerary. This weekend itinerary. Yeah, it's there. Just say Nyuma Boakai sick. Just say Nyuma Boakai die. The people lying to the people. Nonsense. Let me hear that nonsense come out of your station, out of your platform one more time. I will tag you when I live, then y'all will know. The battle will not be between Joseph Boakai and y'all. It will be between network and network, journalists and journalists. Because all we do is to speak truth to power. We're not attacking character here. We're not attacking personalities here. We speak on issues that matters to the people. We speak on national issues. We don't create fear in people. We don't raise alarms of fear. You say you're speaking whatsoever, this and that. You sit down, you make up stuff. You say, we have inside sources. Your inside sources will never come out. Nothing. Point out one. You don't have one. So you got inside. News just reaching. You use all the phrases of journalism to create scare tactics. That's it. Folks, relax yourself. Relax. I'll finish. The show finish. Yeah, I'll call you, but I'll call you on the next show. I'll send you the link on the next show. Yeah. Yeah, so folks, that's it. That's it. That's it. People say, Joe, we are go. Joe, we are go. Joe, we are gone. And stay. You ought to leave there. The mean tree gone. They leave that hanging all to the tree. You're acting like you're not going. The mean tree has been cut down. The mean tree gone. You hear the children say, Joe, we are go. The mean tree gone. And you ought to leave little branches that hanging around, little branches want to act like y'all stay there, y'all got power or whatever. You're not daydreaming. That's complete daydreaming. You're daydreaming. Complete daydreaming. Y'all come and see what it means to run a mature, responsible government. A government with integrity. A government where people are appointed based on competency. Not just competency, but people who are willing to work. That is the government that Liberia is about to experience. That is the government that we are about to usher in come next month. Folks, Merry Christmas to you all. And a prosperous Happy New Year from me to you. Thank you for being part of the show.
The people cry, oh. The people cry, oh. You better leave it. The people cry, oh. I can't risk again. The people cry, oh. The people suffering, oh. The people suffering, oh. You better leave it, oh. The people suffering, oh. The people suffering, oh. The country bleeding, oh. Amen. The country suffering, oh. Living, the people suffering, oh. The people suffering, oh. Yes, the llamas cry, oh, in her grave. Hey, how about Yeshua cry, oh, in his grave. The people cry, oh, better listen, the people cry, oh, Matthew Innes cry, oh, in his grave. The auditors cry, oh, in their grave. The people cry, oh, the people cry, oh, Martin Yeshua cry, oh, in his grave. Princess Cooper cry, oh, in her grave. Leave it.
Ding Liberia, love Liberia, and Bell Liberia. Just like I said so. Ding Liberia, love Liberia, and Bell Liberia. Just like I said so. Ding Liberia, love Liberia, and Bell Liberia. Just like I said so. Ding Liberia, just like I said so. Love Liberia, just like I said so. Bell Liberia, just like I said so. Bell Liberia, just like I said so. Ding Liberia, love Liberia, and Bell Liberia, just like I said so. Ding Liberia, love Liberia, and Bell Liberia, just like I said so. Ding Liberia, love Liberia, and Bell Liberia, just like I said so. Oh, Ding Liberia, just like I said so. Liberia, Ding Liberia, just like I said so. Ding Liberia, just like I said so. Love Liberia, just like I said so. Ding Liberia, just like I said so. Love Liberia, just like I said so. Build Liberia, just like I said so.